Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can attract love and relationships into your life, love and good relationships into your life effortlessly. Now, I'm going to go into certain sections in this video. I'm going to talk about a couple different things that you can do. And, but I first want to say that, it starts off with your belief system. You have to look at yourself in a certain way as well. In order to attract what you want and what you desire and that perfect guy or girl into your life, is you have to look at yourself as perfect. Well, not perfect necessarily, because what is perfection? I feel like that's pretty subjective, and I don't really believe in perfection. I think that everything is perfectly imperfect, so. But you do have to look at yourself as a high value person, and everything that I'm going to share in this video, you don't need to go to a course. I'm not going to, this is all free information that I'm giving you guys, that they don't really, a lot of times, like when you're looking at relationship courses, they'll tell you what you should be doing instead of how you actually look at yourself, when in reality, that's how you look at yourself is how other people are going to see you, so I want to first start off by saying that, you have to look at yourself as a high value person. The more and more you look at yourself in that way, and the more and more believe, the more and more you have that belief that you are of high value, high value people are going to start coming into your life. You know what I mean? You attract what you are. So, I'm also saying that a lot of people who have low value are going to be attracted to you as well. But, the key is, if you want to, say if you want to have certain options in terms of, dating around and stuff like that, you have to look at yourself as high value, and you have to also look at yourself as a confident, what do you want in a relationship? If you want confidence, if you want, witty, if you want charismatic, you have to start looking at yourself in that type of way, so you have to just really embody the perfect person who you want, because in reality, your partner or whoever you're with, or even if you're just going on a date with that person, it's a mirror reflection of yourself. So whatever the belief system that you have about yourself is going to manifest into reality. Even if you're just looking to date around and you're not really looking for anything serious, it's important to view yourself as high value, because then that'll give you a lot more options in terms of people who are going to be attracted to you. So with that being said, you have to look at yourself as a highly valuable person. And you also have to just become detached. You know what I mean? A lot of us, it's easy to become attached to a certain person based on their looks, or, their humor, or what they, the things that they say, right? But I think it's very important to just become attached to any outcome, and to just become detached to even, attracting a certain person into your life. The more the more and more you become detached from a certain outcome, the more free you feel, and the more fun you have, you know what I mean? Because you're not really thinking about a certain outcome that's going to happen, whether you're at a party or you're somewhere in a social setting. If you show up at a party, right, and you're only there, your pure reason that you're there, like one of the only reasons that you're there, is to find someone to connect with, or to get along with, or to, to have sex with. If that's your only intention, then chances are, that energy is going to be, people are going to be able to sense that energy, and chances are you're not going to be able to acquire these different things, Whereas if you come in like me, you know what I mean? I'm not attached to a certain outcome. Or if you just come in, if you come in with an attitude of, I'm just going to have fun, there's not going to be a certain outcome. I'm just there to have fun, you know what I mean? And you kind of have that type of just detachment type of energy where you're not expecting anything. That's actually very attractive to a lot of people, and they're going to be able to feel that energy. And then that energy is going to be very contagious, which actually will result in you having a higher chance of getting someone. But the key here is don't, be expectant of an outcome. Even if you go to a party or say a social setting where you're meeting a whole bunch of different women or men, it's not going to happen all the time. And there are going to be some times where it just doesn't work out. But that's okay. When you come in non-attached to, when you become non-attached to the certain situation and you become detached from just expectations that you have when you go there, then, you're not going to really care if you end up finding someone who you connect with or not, because you're there solely for the purpose of having fun, and that's what it all should be about. And when when you're less about when you're less attached from a certain outcome, then like I said before, it's gonna be a lot easier to just have fun and just be in the present moment. You know what I mean? So, that's something that I've noticed in my life. The moment that I became detached from people, I noticed that I was starting to attract a lot more people into my life. And, you just become magnetic because that energy is very, people can feel that energy of you, so when you go to a party or say a social setting or whatever, like a group setting, you could say, if you go to a group setting and you come in there like with the attitude that you're just going to have fun and that you're not attached to finding anybody, then that's when ultimately you become the party, in reality. Unless you're an introvert like me and you don't really like talking a lot to people and you don't really like going to parties in the first place, so but yeah, so I think the key is here to just detach from any outcome. You also have to view yourself in that type of light. However you want other people to view you, you have to view yourself as that way, and a couple ways that you can view yourself as that way is by daily affirmations. You know what I mean? Saying to yourself that you are confident, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of amazing partners and really great relationships with people. You're worthy of that, and you are attractive, and you are very confident. Deep down, people don't really care about looks. Like, yeah, people will say that, and that's such a, it's such a big thing in our society, looks. But when it comes down to it and you're actually talking to someone, if they get along with you, if they feel that vibe, that really positive energy, like that vibe from you, then they're going to really connect with you. It's a lot of the reasons why you see girls dating, quote unquote ugly guys, or vice versa, guys dating quote unquote ugly girls. It's because their energy is very contagious, and they're vibrating on a very high frequency, and that's another thing, when you start to view yourself in a very positive way, a lot of the times people with low value, or they look at themselves as having low value within themselves, they will either be very attached to you, or they won't really like you as much, and they become jealous, you know, because you, with that, if you have, you know, you start to build your aura the more and more you affirm to yourself of these things that are true, right? Even by telling yourself that you are confident, you know, you are charismatic, you are attractive. Just by telling yourself this in the mirror or just to yourself, you know, even if you don't truly believe it, the more and more you say it, it's going to start to subconsciously reprogram your mind into believing that. You know what I mean? Before I used to always think of myself as an awkward person, and I always told myself that. That was kind of the old story that I had about myself, you know. But in reality, you know, when I started telling myself that I was confident, I started becoming, you know, less nervous about what people thought about me, and I just became just a lot more confident, you know, even just by saying it a lot of the times. And, you know, I wouldn't consider myself the most confident person, but I do consider myself a confident person, you know. So it's all about your belief system. You know, you have to believe that it's possible, that you can manifest beautiful men and beautiful women into your life, you know. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out. You know, I know it's going to help someone out. I know it's pretty modern in our society, in terms of relationships and just finding, you know, even if we don't want to have a relationship with someone, like a long-term relationship with someone, I know that dating for a short period of time is pretty modern in our society. So I hope that this helped you guys out. You know, the key here, guys, is just don't get too caught up at, you know, of a certain outcome. Don't think about someone too much, you know what I mean? Don't just be, you know, just be detached from finding a partner. You know, realize that it's within yourself. You know, you have to look at yourself in a certain way to be able to attract what you want, you know. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Like I say in all my videos, I'm very grateful that I'm able to help you guys out, and that I'm able to inspire each and every one of you guys to awaken to your true abilities, as I am myself. So very grateful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness, y'all.